What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for Sports. All right, there's no doubt about it, man. Shaquille O'Neal, roughly a top 10 all-time player, roughly a top 5 all-time center. Well over 28,000. I think he scored 28,000. He's 596 points in his career. One of the all-time greats. Should have won more than one league MVP, like Kobe. Should have won more. But Shaq did not live up to his true potential. Okay, he just didn't. He did not live up to his true potential, and that's something that holds him back from being in that GOAT conversation. The Shaq never pops up in that conversation because he just didn't achieve enough, and he wasn't consistent enough. That's why I don't like when people call him the most dominant, because that would infer that he would be at least in the GOAT conversation, right? And I've always said, look, if you're going to call yourself the most dominant, then you're a center, right? You should have at least led the league in rebounding a couple times, led the league in blocks a couple times, right? No, I just don't see that in Shaq. But anyway, this is what Gary Vitti had to say. And Gary Vitti would know, man, this guy trained Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. He said, my dream for Shaq was for him to be the best of all time. But that wasn't his dream. That's a problem, when you want something for someone more than they want it for themselves. But Shaq's dream was to inspire young people to follow their dreams at being whatever it is that they want it to be. And he has done that. He is the best. I love him. As much as I thought he underachieved on the court, and he was a great achiever, we won 3 rings. He was the MVP of the finals. But you feel like he could have been even better, the interviewer said. And Vitti said he could have been the greatest of all time. And he also talked about how part of the problem was the position he played. He said, I say this in the book, that it's really hard for big men, especially in the days of the dominant center playing in the low post with your back to the basket. The game's changed now. We don't see that anymore. But he basically said how a little player, a little guy, is more motivated on the court to practice shooting threes and things of that nature. Ball handling is more exciting, sexier, I guess. Whereas when you're a big man, it can get kind of boring. Working on post moves, working on things like that, it gets repetitive and it can get boring. And even just from a fan aspect, most people, I'm not in this majority, but most people are drawn toward perimeter play. I like perimeter play, but I've also been drawn more toward the center position. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, Shaq could have been even greater, man. One of the problems was his conditioning, his discipline. He had a hell of a prime. He did. He had a hell of a prime, but he started slowing down as young as 30. If you watch Shaq play, as early as 2003, Shaq was starting to slow down. Whereas if you compare him to, say, a Wilt Chamberlain, Wilt didn't start slowing down until after that injury when he was 33, I believe. 33. And then, Kareem was still scoring 23 points a game when he was 39. So that's one of the things with Shaq, man. He was tremendous from 1992 to 2002. I mean, just unbelievable. And even though he did play 19 seasons, he just kind of hung on for 19 years. He hung on for dear life at the end. He was ring chasing. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it, man. Tell me what you guys think.